So we're going to talk a little bit about planting on this project. We're planting these Arbutus marina, which get about 20 feet tall, 20 to 30 feet tall. We got two varieties here. We've got the bush variety, which is multi-trunk, and will provide a big screen. And then we have these other varieties along the fence here, which are called standard forms. And like this one behind Jaime here, this is a standard form, which is a single trunk with the foliage on top. They're both the same plant. They're just different styles of growth. The goal here is to make a solid screenery along this fence for privacy for the clients using their pool and so forth. These are beautiful plants. They have these beautiful pink bell flowers on them, and pretty aggressive growers, hardy, drought tolerant. And so to talk a little bit about how the process of planting goes is that we dig holes at least twice the size, twice the diameter of the root ball, and the depth of actually is shallower than the depth of this. Everybody wants to dig their holes deeper, and that's problematic because the roots spread out this way more than they go down, so you want your hole wider than deep. And if you dig a hole too deep, the plant tends to, even if you backfill it, the plant tends to sink down in it, and then the root crown ends up getting below the soil grade. And when you have a root crown that's too low, the water runs towards the tree and it rots out the trunk. We like to dig square holes. If the soil is really nice soil, it doesn't really matter. A round hole is fine. But the problem is if you have heavy, dense clay that you're planting in, or sandstone or something like that, if you have a round hole, the roots tend to just grow in circles when they hit it, and they wrap around and they girdle the tree. So by digging a square hole, the roots will come and hit these corners and will tend to want to radiate out, which is what you want. So that's why we've dug a square hole here. And also the root ball, this is not a very dense root ball. It's pretty fine roots. They're not really wrapped around, but typically we like to break them up a little bit so that these roots will be protruding outward instead of wrapping around, because sometimes you'll buy them in the containers and the roots will be wrapping around. They will continue that motion once they go in the ground. So we got the square hole to direct the roots out. We pull the roots out here to get them to come out this way. It's all really important factors as far as the longevity of the plant. I've seen trees that will grow maybe 10 years in the ground. They'll get about this big in diameter, and there'll just be a ball of roots going around like this, and it's a ball and socket. You can come up there and just push the tree over with your hand. Or the roots will wrap around the trunk and girdle the trunk and kill the tree. So we've talked about the depth and breaking up the root ball. We don't want to just tear the soil all out. We just want to get the roots coming out. We're going to go ahead and stick this tree in the ground, show you how it's a little bit above grade.